Greetings. This short video is just to show you how you are to do your programming assignments submitted on Canvas. And I also want to give you an idea of what it is that I'll be doing on my side to grade these things. So what I want to do here is I want to write a very, very short program. And I've got some work space here. And basically, I want to assume that at location 3000, I would like to load R1 with memory of what I call location A. We'll have to figure out what that is in a second. 3001, I would like R2 to get loaded with memory location B, wherever that is. At 3002, let's let R3 get R1 plus R2. At 3003, I would like C, memory of C. Why don't we write it that way? To get R3. And then at memory location 3004, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in here a no-op, or I think in your directions they also talk about a halt. And this will become apparent to what I mean by this as soon when we start writing the program. So with 3005, I'm going to put a parent. That's actually A. And 3006, that is B. And at 3007, that is C. And now I'm ready to write my program. So basically what I'm going to have here is at location 3000, I am going to do a load, and the load is a 0010. And I'm loading it into R1. And now I've got to do this PC offset calculation. Now when I'm executing instruction 3000, the PC is really at 3001, and we can see that A is 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So I need to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 0, 0. At 3001, again, I am doing a load. And I am loading register 2. And now, again, another PC offset calculation. When I'm executing this line here, the PC is at 3002, and to get to B is 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, it's the same offset as before. Now with 3002, I'm doing an add. If I remember correctly, that's a 0001. I am adding into register 3. I'm coming from register 1. That's my mode bit. And now I have register 2. And then at memory location 3003, I am doing a store, and I look in my book over here. ST is 0011. I am storing register R3, and I'm storing it at C. The PC is going to be at 3004, so I'm just going 1, 2, 3. 3004, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in this no-op. I've also called it a halt. They're not really the same thing. It's all zeros. And then if I want to have some fun, I can actually put the data in here. I could have 0, 0, 0, 0. Put a 1 in there. At 3006, We put a 2 in there. That's a 1. That's a 0. It may be at 3007 just to see that things actually do change. Put in a bunch of F's. Okay, I need to convert this all to hex. So that's a 2. This looks like a 2. That looks like a 0. That looks like a 4. Come over here, that's a 2. I come over here, and that looks like a 4. And that looks like a 0, 4. I come over here, that is a 1. That is a 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a 6. That looks like a 4. 3, 4. And then I have a 2. Over here, I have a 3. Over here, I have a 6. 0, 3. 0, 0, 0, 0. 1, 0, 0, 0, 2, and then F, 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 F. So there's my program. Let me just get my tablet out of the way, because now we have other work to do. Now, I am working on an Apple, and Apple has a program called Text Edit, and I'm going to open it up right now. And I'm going to do a File, New, and here is the Text Edit window. I'm hoping folks can read this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'll make the type bigger. But here's the thing that's important. I need a text file. It can't be a Microsoft Word doc file. It can't be an RTF file, a rich text file. It's got to just be a bunch of ASCII characters. And I've got to go through one step here to do that, and I'll get to that in a moment. Now, basically what I need to do is I need to just type these numbers in here. So for example, I come over here and I put in 2204. And I come over here and I go 2404. And I just start copying those numbers in. You will notice, by the way, I am not putting an X in front of them, okay? And I should not do that. The interpreter will get very upset with me if I go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I come over here, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2. And then F, 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 F. Okay? And there is my file right there. Now, there's one more thing that I have to do, and this is very, very important. The LC3 simulator is going to load this into memory, and somehow or other I have to indicate to it where I want to load it into memory. So it's important in these raw files, and this is called a raw file, I have to, on the very first line, specify where in memory I want this thing to load. So I want this thing to load at memory location 3000. Okay? Now there's just one more thing here. Right now, this is a rich text file. And what I need to do is I need to make this a regular file. And I'm coming over here and I'm looking for where do I do the conversion. Right there, I hope you can see it in the left side of your thing. This is an option in Text Edit. It's under Format and it says Make Plain Text. And I think you're going to see that once I hit this, that the file is going to look a whole lot different. And I say, okay. And there it is. And now it's gotten all small on me. And now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it on my desktop. And I'm going to call it my first program.txt. It's important that you put the extension txt on it because the way that I've set this up in Canvas, that's the only thing I'm going to accept. So I come over here and I say save, and it has been saved, and I'm going to close this up, And I'm going to get rid of my paint program because I don't need that anymore. And now here I am in the Canvas for Computer Science 221, and I'm going to come over here to Modules, and I'm going to skip down here to Chapter 5. And by the way, I will probably put the video that I'm making right now right here under Chapter 5. And I'm going to come over here to Programming Assignment number 1. And first of all, for this particular thing, I am the test student. This is an option that I'm given in Canvas so that I can sort of check and see what it is that you guys see. And here's programming assignment number 1. Notice it's indicated to me that I've already submitted it, but that's because I've done a couple of trial runs before making this video. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say new attempt. So I say new attempt, and it comes over here and it's a file upload, and it says choose file. And I'm going to come over here, and on the desktop, there's my first program.txt, and I hit it and I say open. And now I'm going to say submit assignment. And it comes back to me, and it should say to me that it was submitted. Okay, you guys would be done. Now I want you to see what happens on my side. So I'm going to say leave student view. And now what I'm going to do is I am presented with this thing called Speed Grader, which, believe me, is anything but fast. But I come over here and I hit it. And notice here I am now. I'm under test student before, and it's indicated to me that test student has submitted this thing called my first program. And I'm coming over here, and first of all, there it is right there. Now, I was having a little problem with this before, but problems aren't problems, they're just challenges. What I will be doing when I'm grading your program is I come over here, and you'll notice down here, there is this button that's called Raw. And I'm going to hit that, and it's telling me that I can drop the file on the text box. Now, for some reason, this isn't working, but I'm going to try it anyway. I come over here. Here is my first program.txt, and I come over here and I click on it, and I'm going to drop it, and it just doesn't seem to be working for me right now. I don't know why, but I'm not worried. I can come over here, back to the original program, and I just come over here and I copy the entire file. So I say edit, copy, and then I come over here to this thing and I just paste it. And it didn't paste. There we go. Now I say edit, paste. And there's the file. Okay? Groovy. So now I come over here and I hit this button called process. And notice it comes down and it tells me that I'm awesome, but you knew that already. And now I'm going to say load it into the simulator. And you'll notice here is the program that we wrote, and it's loaded into the simulator. A couple of things I want you to notice. Notice that it loaded it at memory location 3000, and the reason why it did that is because I told it that the first line over here, I said 3000, that determined where it's going to load. Here are my instructions right here. Notice over here, I've got that no-op, okay, or that halt instruction. Now, I have a couple of ways that I can run this. And by the way, notice that the data is here. So I can come here and I can single step it. And you can see R1 has a 1 in it. And now you can see that R2 has a 2 in it. And now you can see that R3 has a 3 in it. And I come over here and I step, and you can see if I go down to 3007, the number 3 has been stored there. That's one way that I can do this. The other way that I can do this, I'm going to come over here and say reset all registers. Okay, so everything's been cleared. And now what I do is I come down to this no-op over here. Now notice it says no-op here, and it says no-op here, but this has a bunch of zeros in it. This has a 1 in it. Remember, this is some data that we put in here. I'm going to come over here to 3004, and I'm going to click over here, and I'm going to say set a breakpoint. And notice now that it's in orange. And now, instead of stepping through this program one at a time, I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to hit run. And what it's going to do is the program's going to start executing until it hits that breakpoint that I set over here. So I say run. And again, you can see that the registers now have that 1, 2, and 3 in it. You can see that this has been given the value 3, the sum of 1 and 2. And at this point, I can say, okay, this program works, I'm happy, and I go on to the next student. So please study this very carefully. It makes my life much easier if you do exactly as you're instructed, and have a very nice day. Thank you.